Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So, as promised, we are going to try to finish this monstrous octopus thing. So, let's get to it. Time to color it. I've been thinking, so usually I would do color comps, but I'm lazy and you'd get extremely bored, so I'm going to jump into color right away. So I'll create a new group. I'll paste my mask and then I'll create a new layer to fill it. Let's see, let's do something simple first. I can always change it later with some adjustment layers or adjustments inside because it doesn't have adjustment layers really. Let's start with some sort of orange, perhaps. Let's see. This one's gonna pass. And I have a bottom layer. It's also gonna have to multiply. Okay. This doesn't look good. Let's see. I got a little lighter. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna take these marks and I think I'm gonna turn off this layer and I'm gonna fill them with complementary, probably this kind of blue. That's not too bad. Too bad. I think I'm gonna add some more saturation though. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want it to be too dark, so let's see. I usually keep this layer just in case it's too light, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it with that. It's probably a little better this way. Is gonna be, let's see, maybe that same blue right here. Let's just do this for now. In this case, I'm choosing a complementary color scheme, which is actually, it's something I usually start with. I later branch away from it as I choose other schemes for other variations, but for some reason, blue and orange is always my go-to color scheme when I start coloring something. If I don't have anything ready, like color comps or something like that. I like it. I like blue. So this is more of a gray, but it's still in the blue spectrum. So usually when you have a complementary scheme, you want one of the two colors to be saturated and the other to be more grayish. So you have a dominant, in this case it's orange, and then you have the secondary color, which is this blue-gray. And I'm not really sold on it yet, I'm just trying things out. Because I have the values already established, I do not want to be excessively fixated on a color scheme, because I can easily change it at this point. I'm quite liking this this one for now, so we'll see. I'm probably gonna make the tops of those thingies white, but we'll see. I could as well do the opposite, like I could do the main body blue and the bottom part orange. It's another option. It's like there are so many combinations. If I'm not happy with the overall look, I will eventually make some color comps. For now, this is good. I'll show you how to shift the color, which is basically what you can do in Photoshop as well, but inside you can just apply to a whole group. You can just apply the color adjustment to a whole group. So I just do that once the thing is done, so that I don't have to guess. Because usually when I do color comps, they're really flat, and they tend to look quite different from my value comp. I could shrink this down, obviously, and then do the color comps on that, but the eye needs to be a different color. And what I'm doing here is basically create a new layer for each different color, so that later I can create color variations based on the same settings, let's say. The eye, let's see, let's take this orange and go. Yeah, it works. I'm also gonna add some variation to that. But first, I think I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep the secondary color for that breather thing. This one to be a little different. Since I'm probably gonna go with this orangey color, I'm gonna start applying a little chroma to the grayscale. So what I usually do at this point is duplicate this and keep a backup just in case. Then I go to, where is it? Filter, color adjustments, hue saturation. Oops, I've got a hidden layer at this one. Oops. All right. So filter, color adjustments, hue and saturation, and I hit colorize. So what it does, let me actually show you this way. So what it does is colorize the whole grayscale you have there. So I don't want to have too much color, and I don't want to lighten it. If anything, I might want to darken it a little bit. It's too shiny. I'm gonna keep it, maybe this sort of pinkish, purplish gray, something like that. It should be enough. So that now, compared to the previous one, you can see this is pretty dead. This is already getting a little more life to it. Although I think the orange now is a little too overpowered, so let's see if we can do something. I'm gonna use the color adjustments, which is something I do really often. I can adjust it ever so slightly. I think this looks way better. All right. And I am going to add some variation to it. So I got this orange, and I'm going to add some patches of other colors. So I'm going to add some, maybe some gray around the eyes. Now, because the eye is on top of that, it's not going to color it in. So I'm always cross-referencing other stuff, like other real animals, in this case octopi, and other games, other creatures I like, just to get a good vibe for it. Make it a little bit bigger here. All right, I'm erasing it. That's not a good idea. I should grab the orange. Maybe I'm gonna make the tentacles a little purple. saturated towards the end layer. Maybe not that saturated. Okay, I forgot to make a new floating window. I'm out of screen so that I can have a view of the bigger picture. This is, I don't know how it's looking, so let's turn it a little darker. What I do when I do this is I alt-click on my layer. I think you can do this in Photoshop too. And I basically isolate it. So that, this one over here too. And then I can introduce some more variation. Oh, all right, I got texture there. That's what should be. I'm gonna add some yellow, and you'll see me color pick really often here because this is really something I picked up recently, to be honest. They call it the, I think it's 5 seconds rule. I read it in a Japanese book. It's a dragon painting book. So the author does not use the same color for over 5 seconds at the beginning of a painting because that way she achieves a little more variety in temperature and color. So in this case, I'm going to stay on in the orange spectrum. Some parts are going to be more red, some are going to be more orange in general. I think I'm going to add a little more red, purpley red here around the eyes because usually that's where you get more blood flow. So let's see. It's a deeper orange. Even at crazy colors like this. Probably not. I don't like the eye. I think it has to be darker. Ooh. Yeah. Some color on top of these things. Or maybe decolor it. I'm gonna try going for a straight white and see how it looks. Because I've got the red of the values above it. Thank you. Student 017. Yeah, maybe a little too much. We'll see. Again, I can always adjust this part. The orange with the blue is nice color. Thank you, Leon. Yeah, there's a little bit of delay. I've set the latency to low, not ultra low, because it usually gets a little better video quality. But you guys let me know if this is if the delay is too much, then I will reduce it for the next stream. Man, these things are kind of gross. they feel like so jelly. Cool. I want to make them. I'm gonna make them all white actually. White-ish, pink in this case. Because you also have to feel, they're probably too light now, but I'm gonna darken them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish it today. There should be enough time. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have clothing or hair. That would take a long time. Yeah, I really like the game's art. I've been studying it for quite a while now. Eventually, I will move away from it, but for these monsters, I think Grand Blue Fantasy is a good pick in terms of style. It reminds me of those '90s games for the PlayStation 1. I bought both the art books. Not both, actually. I think there are six. I've got three of them. We've got three of the art books from Grand Blue Fantasy, and they're really, really good. I recommend picking them up if you can find them. I got them when I was in Japan, so they were used. I'm not sure they're available as new at this point, but I believe it's the name of my favorite was Collective Works? I should look it up. It was volume 3 anyway. I had volume 1, 2, 3, and 5, I believe. Yeah, they're not expensive. Like, if you can get shipping to be cheap enough, and you don't have to pay import fees, and you can get them used from Japan, they were about $20 each. I might actually leave some links down below later if I find them. If they're still available, obviously. But yeah, really good books. Honestly, it's just all art. I'm not as big of a fan of the humans, like the characters. Some are really good. I think the older ones are better for me, at least for my personal taste. I do prefer the older stuff. 'Cause I think some of the new ones are a little wacky. I don't know, a little over the top, at least for my likes. But I am a huge fan of the creatures, and they got some really nice variations in that book. Some of them are not even published online. I haven't played the game as much because I'm not a mobile player, but um, yeah, it is hard. It is really hard. Yeah, yeah, I like them because some of them do retain a little bit of realism. Yeah, right. Yeah. They're a little excessive at this point. Um, man, what's the name of that girl? My favorite, my overall favorite human character in terms of design. God, I'm trying so hard to remember the name. She's got green hair and a white dress. It's like a pullover sort of dress. I can't remember the name. If you guys do, please help me. She's like so cute. Like that's a really good design. And she has a sword. I forgot her name though. I should. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna look it up because I've got them saved here in my other folder. So hopefully my stream doesn't crash while I do. I've got a whole inspiration folder with like 50-ish pictures from Grand Blue. Oh no, it did crash. Okay. Damn, it did crash. Hold on a second. No, because apparently on Windows 11, Google Drive is not saving it locally, so it's gotta load from the internet every single time. It's loading. Okay, we're gonna know soon enough. It's some whitish here too. Here. All right, they're loading. I can see them. So let's see. Oh no, I didn't name it. Let's see if I can bring it into the screen, the recording screen. Hold on. Okay, can you see this? It's her. I don't know why. I think it's just awesome. I really like the color scheme here. It's pretty simple. It's nothing super fancy, but I really like her as a character. And there are some others I like, but I'm not gonna be able to finish if I keep scrubbing through pictures. So, all right, let's see. Let's see, maybe I should make these vacuum things a little darker. Saturation, well, it's white, so it doesn't really matter. A little darker. Yeah, it's fine. And I wanna try adding, since we still have a lot of time. Right, yeah, because the newest ones, they are like, I will see if I can pull it. Okay, this one, there. I think this one is still, like, this one is a little too much. This one is really too much. This one would take me, I don't know, 20-ish hours probably to do. It's just so much stuff. Like, too much. Anyway. I still like it overall. Like, the overall design is really good. But again, yeah, they have like just a little too much stuff. But I noticed that's a trend in contemporary Japanese stuff. Like, they tend to add a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. If you compare, I think it was Dual Masters. There were some. No, it was not Dual Masters. There were some. They were half robotic, not robotic, half mecha cards. They were not all mecha. They were like mecha monsters cards, and they were so confusing because there was so much stuff you didn't know. The eye did not know where to rest. So it's really important. Like in this case, I added a lot of stuff, or I added these little things here, but then I tried to leave some space for rest, like in the cranial, let's call it, area. So those ones are just like too much. You just don't know where to look, right? Yeah, the amount of detail is insane. I don't know how long it takes to do them, but I know that they have someone for coloring and someone for line art and someone for the value part. So they have like 3 people to do one. Plus, I don't know how many other people do the concept. So, let's see. Okay, so I think I'm going to adjust that. Now, okay. My one-handed keyboard has a little bit of delay, so when I release the zoom, it's still pressed. I've got decoration. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry if it takes me a while to read the chat, because otherwise I have to keep looking up. I'm gonna add some glow to these probably. push saturation a little bit. It's not. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, that works. Get a little darker because they are gonna glow anyway later. So, thank you. Now, I think I'm gonna add some more color later, but for now, I'm gonna add another layer or a group. So I'm gonna call it special because here I just add some extra stuff like overlay layers, the shine that's so popular in Granblue Fantasy. So this one's gonna be a pass here, the group, and then it's gonna be an overlay. Now, I think it's really important to use overlay at some point for these. I'm gonna use it gray for now. Eventually change the color because there are all these little bumpy parts that need quite more detail than what I have now. Sure, sensitive. So I want to emphasize things that have gotten lost in the meantime, like parts of these suction cups. And later I can just dial it back, obviously. But I want to, whenever possible, emphasize the three-dimensional aspect of it. So like here we have this little stretch of skin that's supposedly thick. So I'm gonna add a little bit of I wouldn't call it a highlight. I want to make it look a little thicker. Textures and material when you're drying. Okay, so I'm gonna make a Discord anyway if you want to ask all these questions later on. I don't have it yet because it just really started the stream. So the brushes are, well, what you see here. This is a simple pen brush, the default one, basically, with these settings. There's no texture, nothing. I tried using a texture. I tried paper. And I tried the spread and noise, not blots. I don't know what happened to it. It got lost when I moved the computer. But anyway, it's basically default. Like I don't use anything special for these, and I'd like to keep it this way because if I do use something special for these ones, like the Granblue Fantasy looking ones, it's gonna be annoying to move to another computer because. For some reason, maybe I just don't know how to do it, but Psy makes it really hard. So I'm also gonna show you when I use Photoshop and do some things there. I'm gonna show you the ones I use for that. Those are my own brushes. I'll probably make them available if you want. But for those, like I use them for quite a different style, so it doesn't look like Granblue Fantasy because. Sometimes I just want to do something a little more realistic. So, and those are like texture brushes, obviously. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make them available. I don't know how to make these available because it's basically standard. I can post some screenshots when I have the Discord on. About these ones. The only other thing I did was setting the X key to toggle between my, as you can see here, between the erase and draw. And nothing more. Oh, you can always email me. It's the email is nemo@theartofnemo.com. Might take me a while to get back to you, but I will. Like if you have other questions or something, feel free to ask. Especially this part, I want this to feel very much Three-dimensional. Oh, okay. Hey, Chase. Well, sometimes I do take long to answer emails. It depends. I have not started with the Zoas yet, Chase, because I had a little bit of a problem with my water again. My kitchen sink started to spill this morning, so yeah, I'm a little late on schedule, but probably tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I could mention the Zoas, but I will not. I will not spoil anything. No worries. Yeah, yeah. I'm cursed. I don't know. I know what's going on recently, man. Uh, First, it was the bathroom. Then the whole town was without water, and now the kitchen sink, the faucet actually. There is a leak. Oh well. Now I want to make sure these do not look excessively shiny, although this is the risk when you use overlay, and I might actually use some other mode now because I really don't want them to look shiny. It's fine because it's not furry. It's an octopus, so it could be a shiny octopus. But, yeah, well, you know, I don't have a car right now anymore, so I am carrying very heavy grocery bags. Not every day though. That is a form of training. I mean, there is a channel. It's called the Bioneer. He actually suggests doing that so that you stay active. So if you don't have, like, if you keep finding excuses not to train, then okay, just walk to the grocery store and carry heavy bags back home. That is a form of training, unexpectedly. A very underestimated form of training. Overdo it, but I guess it's almost done. So I don't think I'm gonna add extra colors to the suction cups because it's really too much detail for such a small area. I mean, if this was a boss monster, yeah, probably. But as I said last time, that in this case it's probably not necessary. It is. It can get tedious sometimes, honestly, but it's also meditative or relaxing, depending on who you ask to. This one is a little sketching a little too much light. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. Anyway, I'm thinking these are going to be extremely small in the final product. Like if you put them in RPG Maker or something, they're going to be extremely invisible. If there is any other degree of invisibility, but so I don't want to overdo it. I usually do overdo it. I'm dying to add some more color, like those same marks it has on the head, like all over the body. I might just do it as a color variation. No, I'm not sure. I'm gonna see what happens when it's finished. Pseudo finished. Like we're not approaching the end. Let's see. This is too much. And I'm gonna add a darker background because otherwise you can't really tell if they're off. I think it's looking pretty good for now. Yeah, this is too dark. This is too light. Yeah, it's always push and pull with these. At some point you will notice, oh wait, that's a little too dark. That's a little too light. And so you have to go the other way around. Yeah. And I'm gonna add another overlay layer now. And let's see if I can not break it by doing this. Make it look bleached. I think I have an extra. Let's see. Do I? No, I don't. To make it a little lighter here. It's a little too red. So yeah. Yeah, the problem is that I mean, unless you use really high resolution, a lot of this will get lost. What I do sometimes, what I do with Photoshop is use unsharp mask before I export it to RPG Maker so that they look a little better, but it's still, I don't know, it's not great. And also, you would have to have everything in high definition in that case, and it clashes a bit with the spirit of the engine, I guess. And I'm gonna add some blue here. Actually, should be some blue. Bluish reflection, which is different from the perspective, the atmospheric perspective I'm gonna add later to be some degree of bluishness in the shadows because it's it's supposedly underwater, which kills the purpose of the orange technically. Okay. Not bad. You know what? I'm ready for the shine now. Okay, this is the cheating part. Part everyone likes. Because you get to make it look a lot better with minimum effort. It's it is cheating to some degree. So yeah, I'm gonna get it to the back. Yeah, right. It makes it just more. I don't even know how to call this, because technically it's like a rim light, but sometimes in some of the characters it's bluish, so it acts like a reflected light from somewhere else. So I would just call it the fancy shine. Brown blue fancy shine. It took me a while to figure out what they were using that is in dual side, because before that I tried with Photoshop, and the first ones I made were in Photoshop. The Goblin Den, those are made in Photoshop, and so the shine is not as shiny, as cheaty as it should be. Looks a little bit like crap now because of the dark outline, but I'm gonna remove that soon. It's always hard to not overdo this. Yes and no. I am mainly self-taught. Like this thing I'm doing now is completely self-taught. I went when I was 4 years ago. I went to the Watts Atelier in California, but it was just for a term, so like 2.5 months, and I was already drawing for that. I took the online course. I think it gives a pretty solid foundation for it, but I think the most important thing to do is have something to do, like something you want to do. Because even when I was going there, I was always like, I did not exactly know what I wanted to do. So sometimes I would draw figures like in the void, like just figures like that. Then I tried some composition for illustration, but it was always characters and stuff. It was not something that really resonated with me. And then I remembered that when I was a kid, I was always drawing monsters. Not only that, but I am literally always seeing monsters in every single pattern on the wall or on a pillow or in the clouds. Like I don't see other stuff. I see monsters. So I'm a little crazy for monsters. I just like design of some of the old Japanese monster stuff. I like Pokemon. Well, I used to like at least. And so my point back then was I just didn't know what to do. And when I realized, okay, let me just do some monsters for fun. So I started doing some Pokemon just for fun, really. And I really, really liked it. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna apply what I studied to what I like. And so this came out. You don't draw that bad. Come on. I mean, you got great ideas anyway. That's what matters. Because I have sucky ideas usually. Like this is just an octopus. Like your monsters are much better in terms of concept. I think for the listeners, Chase is a guy I work with. He's got these. He's got a game coming out. Oh, I announced that. Sorry, I don't even know the name, but he's got these amazing ideas for monster concepts. So we're working on it. Well, I mean, fantasy people are still cool. If that's what you like to draw, that's still fine. Because you got to find your niche or not niche. You can be a generalist. It's fine. But for me, it was important to have a goal. So when I figured out I want to do monsters, I'm like, I'm just gonna do monsters. Eventually, I want to do people too because I suck at drawing humans. I really suck. I can draw faces, not bodies. I could draw floating heads, perhaps. I did draw a half body recently for Chase, though. Yeah, yeah, hands are hard. Well, biblical like those with the. Actually, that's funny because I cannot say this because it would be a spoiler, but I worked on something like that, like the something like not exactly that, but something akin to that. The biblically accurate angels. It's not exactly that, but it gets as close as you can get in an RPG, I guess. So, and that was super fun. I think that's probably the best thing I can do at the moment. Yeah, yeah, with many eyes. Yeah, that one doesn't have as many eyes, but it's got very weird features. So it needs more shine. It's from a little, maybe 5-10 minutes longer than I had imagined, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it. So he's getting too much attention now. So I'm gonna add it here. I'm gonna speed up just a little bit so that I can meet the deadline. This is gonna have just a little rim to separate it from the other side, far side. Only lanterns? Why? Let's flash it in like this. Yeah, right. I have the one of the other monsters from Grand Blue, an octopus actually, on my other screen, and it has all these blotchy streaks of light. I don't really like it, so I'm not gonna do it exactly as it is. Uh, yes and no. I might do that too. Replying to, I decided to go over the squid. I like that too. Actually, I was thinking of doing that next. Because I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be both. Doesn't matter. I mean, the more the merrier, right? Because I like that too. Honestly, this and that were my favorites, and they were. Well, it was among the favorite between like among the people that I asked to. So it was you and a few other people who like that. I chose this one because I really like the shapes of the tentacles, and I wanted to do something slightly more realistic. I realized this is maybe too much. This is probably just an octopus. It doesn't look like a real monster. It's not monstrous enough. It's got these magical runes, not runes, circles things. It's probably not magical enough. Again, this slide I'm putting here, it doesn't make much sense. But I want to separate out several layers, so it's fine. And again, if it looks good, no big deal. Yeah, a little mistress. Just a little bit. I can still add some other stuff later for the other color variations. I do have Twitter. It's the same handle, The Art of Nemo. I'm gonna write them as soon as I finish this. Should be done now. I'm just a little bit late. It's fine. Don't kill me, please. I don't use Twitter as much. I use Instagram and Discord. Well, Discord is not really social media, I guess. But I am very lazy with social media. I'm just incapable of using social media for some reason. I do reply, as I said, sometimes slowly emails, but social media, I don't know. I just keep losing track of my accounts. Like, I start posting something and then I stop. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, I was thinking of Cthulhu / Mind Flayer. Oh, there was a friend of mine who did, he did an awesome Mind Flayer. His name is Fezbra. Well, his nickname is Fezbra. He works for Magic the Gathering, and his Mind Flayer is really awesome. All right, you know what? I think this is good. It's not 100% shiny. It's not as shiny as I wanted it to be, probably. But it's starting to take longer than I had envisioned. So, what do you guys think? I think it's good enough. Oh, my English is broke too. Mine is the English is not my first language. So, Chase is probably gonna notice I am saying a lot of stupid things. Yeah, maybe one day. Shout out to MTG if someone's watching. No, but yeah, that's why I said I'm gonna do some streams with a little more realistic style because I want to eventually get into our design, like fuller illustrations with some sort of background. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's something because right now, like this thing is basically a game asset, so it doesn't have much. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay, I think this part is done. So I'm gonna add some perspective, well, aerial perspective, or well, it's not in the air, so it's a water, ocean perspective. I don't know. Some depth perspective. It's gonna be a screen, and I keep a little palette here for main colors I used for special effects. And yeah, I'm going to add some shine to that, but first I want to separate out these things. I'm going to select the whole part that's far away. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, yeah, because I'm screwing it up anyway. And then I'm gonna, this is too much. I'm gonna add some perspective. Now this can be removed later, obviously. If you put it in a game, the Octopus knows kind of, it's gonna have a little tweak. Yeah, look at this part. Yeah, it might. I might do it later off stream because this is for you guys too boring. Oops, no, it's fine. This one is gonna be yeah, the nose does need some little something. I don't like it. Thank you. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm fairly happy with it. I'm gonna add a little bit here. Yeah, except this thing is gonna eat you, not vice versa. So how big do you guys make this to be? Obviously, it's not a boss. It's not boss size big, so it's got to be something reasonable. There's a little tangent there. That's fine. In case you don't know, tangent is when you got two shapes that do not belong to each other. Well, two lines crossing, like here. Basically, the part of the tentacle that's farther away is kind of going into the suction cup thing. 3 men tall. Yeah, maybe one, 2 men. I don't know. It's not a boss, so It's maybe a secondary, like a bigger monster. One of those you do not really find that often in the game, but you do find in copious amounts in some secret dungeon, maybe under the sea. Okay, I think it's looking good. Part of me would like to add. Well, first, I want to add some shine to the tentacles to make it look wet. Let's see how it looks. And then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna. No, I forget. Let's do things in the proper order. I'm gonna add. So this is how it looks. I mean, it still looks good without line. And this is what you want to do. You want this to look somewhat three-dimensional, even without line work. At least, I think. Oops, no, this is too much. Nope. What did I do? Okay, this was the shine. Okay, this is it. So I'm gonna add a layer on top of my line art, and I'm gonna color it in. So for the shiny part, I definitely want a reddish color to make it look hot. And this can, well, I mean, it's okay because it's orange. Probably gonna change that around the marks. Not too much. And then what I do is I color pick a little bit from around the areas I want to color and apply just a little bit of it. Gloss, yeah. Yeah, it's goo. It's just wet because it's in the water, I guess. But no, it is like a gooey. It's how do you call that? Can you help? Chase still there? Chase knows for sure. He's an expert. It's like it's not saliva per se. Something like that though. Let's call it octopus Q. But yeah, but glossy thing because they look shiny. Yeah, he is not here anymore. I'm gonna ask him later. And I'm gonna tell everyone in the next stream. But it's something like that anyway. So you see, when I add the local color or the color of the paint to the line art, it looks just so more embedded within the rest of the picture. And this is something I always do because I don't like super black. Mucus! Right, it's mucus. It is mucus. I was thinking of mucus. That's so nice to say, isn't it? I was thinking of mucus. Who does? That's gross. It's done here, fellas. Yeah, these things definitely need some kind of context. I cannot always paint monsters in the void. Trying to add some sort of thing. Get some more red here. So here. I mean, nobody says some parts can actually stay black if they are really deep. But generally, I try to remove as much as the original color as I can. Okay. Oh, so one some. Yeah, you also want to make sure it doesn't get too light in some areas. I think that's good. Yeah, it's good enough for now. That's good. Still don't like this part. I wish I had designed it a little better because it really does feel like he's touching the head. But it's fine. So, last things. The glow on that Mark's glow. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna use the same color probably. And shine. We're gonna do it's kind of just look. You know what? I'm gonna select plate decoration first and then marks. I think I'm gonna do something like this probably. And then I'm gonna add it on top. I don't know if I'm liking this. It's too white. Honestly, it was not too bad before. Let's see. Not convinced. Maybe you should have some outline or something. White. This is just me playing around. That's what happens when you go in without the slightest idea about what you're gonna do. This looks like crap. No. Why might just leave it as it is? I wish I had some Photoshop filters here because I could blur it out and then I will shine it over. But oops. Can I do with this? Yeah, that's something I had. That's what I was thinking about. I just want it to look because this is just flat colors. I don't know. Yeah, right. It makes it look like a tattoo if I outline it. I want these things to look pseudo natural. What if I add just this? Okay, maybe something like this a little better? I think it is. Then what I can do is I'm probably going to think over this and maybe change it later. Ooh, is there something there? Ah, good. I mean, I could add some little swirls inside. Oh, this is like, oh, this looks good. I should leave it without color completely. Actually, maybe. Nah, this doesn't look as good. It's not bad. Maybe a color variation. It's just gray. No. Let's see. Just a little test. I'm gonna shine over it. This time I need this though. I'm adding some random shapes and then erasing them out. Let's see. Nah. Yeah, I know you want color variations. I was actually thinking whether I should do more color variations or variations of the actual creature, because if I leave some layers, if I upload the source files, then people can color them themselves. Yeah, right. I don't like the extra shine. I don't know. I wanted these to look like. Oh wait, what is it? Why is this? Oh, that's. I wanted these to look as if there is something magical going on inside. I don't have a plan for it. You don't know, like could be electricity or anything. Or as student 17 said a while ago, something like psychic. There's yeah, I am using a Wacom Cintiq 17, which was basically the cheapest Wacom Cintiq you could buy. It's good though. It's good enough for me. Honestly, it's not bad. There is a bit of parallax because it's not etched like the Pro version, but it was what $400 cheaper, something like that. So it was no brainer. Like it doesn't really matter. It's as long as it does its job. The thing for me is the pen. The pen is what makes it. Because I tried other tablets. I tried. I think it was a Huion 16 Pro, probably. Don't quote me on that. And the pen was just not as good. Honestly, I'm sorry for Huion, but it wasn't the same thing. It just wasn't. So. No. I have some dizziness for other reasons sometimes because of my neck, but never really had dizziness with this or specifically for this. No. Not really, no. I feel like this was good before. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna add the goo. The mucus, let's call it. Let's use a scientific name. It's gonna be, let's see, an overlay, probably, and then we call it done. I hope I didn't forget anything that would be embarrassing. But I think it didn't. I'll leave this. No, it's gonna be white. It's gonna be white. Use something. It has to be. Really? It could be the brightness. It could be. It could be the fact that maybe you're hunching over it a little bit. Or maybe it's too close, like you're looking at it too closely. It could be a lot of things. What is it? What brand is it? Yeah, maybe try to be a little further away. XP pen. A friend of mine has an XP pen. He didn't report any dizziness issue so far. So, it could be your settings, or yeah, hunching over, that kind of stuff. This needs to be a little gooier. Do I like this shininess, the blue? I'm sure. You guys like the goo? The gooey, mucusy thing? Not 100% convinced. Maybe I can dial it back a little bit. Wow, this is getting really long. I'm sorry for keeping you people. Should have been over 20 minutes ago. You know what? I'm gonna use screen on overlay, so I can then lower it. Yeah, like that. I think we can wrap this thing up at this point. And I'm gonna leave the goo for now. I did prefer it when it was an overlay though. Where is it? I prefer the color. Yeah, with the opacity down a little bit, otherwise it's a little distorting. Okay. Yeah, you know, I can keep working on it for hours on end, but I think I should monster. I should pull this down. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave it as it is. Maybe just don't see here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. I'm gonna save, hoping that actually, you know what? I'm not gonna save because I've got a bit of an upload issue. So if I do save it now, it's probably gonna kill my stream. So yeah, I believe I'm done unless I forgot something really important. Hopefully not, but if so, sorry. This is too much weight. You know what? Yeah, so this is done. I'm gonna write down my email in case you missed it. Somewhere here. So it's There's no space here. Hold on. Here, zoom in more. It's Nemo at the art of Nemo.com. Right, and at the art of Nemo is my handle for pretty much everything, so you can just look it up on Twitter, Instagram, our station. No, thanks to you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining, everyone. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Thanks for joining. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on tomorrow. Probably the other sea monster. We'll see. Maybe I will just start with another one, since I already did streams about this, like the rendering part. So I'm probably going to do the brainstorming part, the actual design. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and I'm going to see you next time. Cheers.